Part 1. In the beginning, there was nothing. No sky, no land, no people, just darkness. But then, God spoke, "Let there be light." And suddenly, light burst into existence. God separated the light from the darkness and called them day and night. That was the very first day. On the second day, God created the sky, a beautiful, endless expanse above. On the third day, he gathered the waters together to form seas, and dry land appeared. Then, he filled the land with trees, flowers, and plants of every kind, green, lush, and full of life. On the fourth day, God placed the sun, moon, and stars in the sky to light up the world and mark the passing of days and nights. On the fifth day, he filled the oceans with fish and sea creatures, from the smallest minnow to the great whales. And in the skies, he placed birds to soar above the earth. On the sixth day, God made animals every kind, from the tiny ant to the mighty elephant. But he wasn't done yet. God had one more creation, the most special of all. God knelt down and carefully shaped a man from the dust of the ground. Then, he breathed into his nostrils, and the man came to life. His name was Adam. God placed Adam in a beautiful paradise called the Garden of Eden, filled with trees, rivers, and animals of every kind. Adam named all the creatures, but something was missing. He was alone. So, God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. He took one of Adam's ribs and formed a woman, Eve. She was to be his companion, his helper, his friend. When Adam woke up, he saw Eve and was overjoyed. Together, they walked in the garden, surrounded by God's perfect creation. They had everything they needed, and best of all, they could walk and talk with God. God gave Adam and Eve only one rule. He pointed to a special tree, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and warned them, "You may eat from any tree in the garden, but not from this one. If you do, you will surely die." Adam and Eve listened and obeyed, enjoying their perfect life in the garden. But one day, something happened that changed everything. One day, Eve was walking near the forbidden tree when she heard a voice. It was the serpent, a cunning creature that was being used by Satan. "Serpent, did God really say you can eat from any tree in the garden?" "Eve, no, we can eat from any tree except this one. If we do, we will die." "Serpent, you won't die. God knows that if you eat it, you'll be like him, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit. It was beautiful, ripe, and tempting. She reached out, picked it, and took a bite. Then, she gave some to Adam, and he ate it too. The moment they ate the fruit, everything changed. Their eyes were opened, and for the first time, they felt shame. They realized they were naked and hurried to cover themselves with leaves. Then, they heard God walking in the garden. "God, Adam, where are you?" Adam and Eve hid, but they couldn't hide from God. When they finally came out, Adam said, "We hid because we were afraid." God's heart was filled with sadness. He knew what they had done. "God, did you eat from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam pointed at Eve. "She gave me the fruit." Eve pointed at the serpent. "He tricked me." But God knew the truth. Sin had entered the world, and there had to be consequences.